Okay, let's do number 6. It says, which situation is represented by the graph below? Okay, before I look at the answer choices, I want to look at the y-axis and realize it's talking about the volume of lemonade in the pitcher. So how much lemonade is in the pitcher, which right now this would be 0, no water in the pitcher, and then this being a lot of water, lemonade in the pitcher. It's not water, it's lemonade. It says lemonade right there. Okay, anyway. This would be no lemonade in the picture. And remember, we always go to where we see the bins and section it off because something is happening. I'm going to go to the easiest part and talk about this here. And we should remember that whenever it's flat and you're measuring time, nothing happened. So it was at a standstill. So for this situation, I guess I could say that the lemonade stopped moving out of the pitcher, stopped pouring it out of the pitcher. Okay. And now we need to look at steepness. So I'm going to use this brown marker and see if you can figure out which one is steeper. Is this line steeper or is this line steeper? And of course, the one that is standing up more, or the scarier roller coaster ride, is the steeper line. So what I taught the kids in our class, how do I know which is steeper? Look at these two lines real quick. If you were going to ride a roller coaster ride, which one would be scarier? This one. So that is the steeper line. And if you're climbing a hill, which one would be scarier? Well, this one. So it's steeper. In other words, the scarier the line, hold on, the bell's ringing again. In other words, the scarier the line, the steeper it is. The more the line is standing up, that's the steeper line. So if I look at this line versus the second line, this one's standing up more. So that's the steeper line. We also discussed that if the line is steeper, then it is going to move faster. Whatever is happening faster. So that means this is going to be slower than this here. This is going to be faster. And how do I know that? Well, you can also measure the time. I see it's taking quite a bit of time there, but here it's not taking that much time. Okay, and also the steeper line is going to cover more ground or do more of whatever the situation is talking about. So I need to find an answer choice that ends with faster. That says it ends with slow, so I know that's not right. That one says faster, so maybe. And I need to read the other two. So John poured lemonade into a glass at a constant rate. Yes. Then poured it back. Uh-oh. If I pour it back, what's going to happen to the volume? Will it increase or decrease? So if I have a pitcher and I pour out and I have this much, but then I pour it back, what's going to happen to that pitcher? It's going to fill back up. And if the volume increases, would this keep going down or would it go back up? It would go back up. So that's not right. Here, started drinking the lemonade straight out of the pitcher. Okay, so it's going down. But then took a break. Okay, took a break. Didn't drink anything, so it stopped. And then took a drink and added more water because it was too sweet. So what happens when you add more to it? Again, it's the same thing as pulling it back. It increases, so it can't be that one. So that means the answer is C. Let's prove it. Poured lemonade into glass at a constant rate. That's constant. Stopped pouring. Okay, stopped. And then drank it. All right. And as you can see, you drank it, stopped, and then drank it. The lemonade was so good, he poured another glass, but this time he poured it faster. All right. So that's perfectly, that's a perfect answer. So moving on. Number 7, we're finding the domain. And remember the domain, we would draw vertical lines. And we use the sticky notes that we made. I'm looking for those sticky notes here at my seat, but I can't seem to find them, so I'm going to use blank ones. And remember, the sticky notes would do this. And I have horizontal lines, vertical lines. So when I ask you if you watch this video, you know the one thing you can say? You can say, I can ask what mistake did I keep making about the lines? I was calling them the wrong line. So this folds, and I have these two lines here. Ta-da! So it's from 0 to 40, and it is a closed dot, so it would have to have a line under it. And I'm going to pause for just a moment and go answer the door, so hold on. I'm recording.
No, I knew you were, so I didn't know.
Okay, so I'm back. Miss Major's here with me. So I can ask that question too. Alright, so it is from 0 to 40. And so it needs a line under it because it is closed. So that would be answer choice letter C. Okay, moving on. Number 8. I'm asking which statement below describes a function of x. To be a function of x, I want to be an x value that does not repeat. And so to be an x value that does not repeat, it doesn't matter what the y does. So A says that every y value should have exactly one x value. Well, I don't care what the y does. It's all about the x. B says one range value should be mapped to exactly one domain. Well, range is y, domain is x, but I don't care what y does. I want to know what x does, and x, which is independent, should be matched to one y value, dependent variable. So the answer is C. D says y, the output, is mapped to one input, and that's y being mapped to x, and it doesn't matter what y is doing. We don't care about y. Unfortunately, it's all about x. So the answer is C. And I love this example here Mr. Hill created. It's hilarious. If this chicken can type faster than Mr. Hill at 10 words per minute and has already typed 80 words, what is the rule? And remember, y equals box x plus box. And we talked about today in class slope and y-intercept. No longer using the word pattern, but starting to use the word slope. No longer using y-intercept, but no longer using starting point, but using y-intercept. So these are our two new words. And of the information given in the word problem, which number goes where? Well, the one that's next to per will always go next to x. And per is not the only word. It could be per, it could be each, it could be every, it could be a. All of those numbers that are sitting next to those words will go next to x. And then finally, it says that you already had 80, so that is your y-intercept, meaning your starting point. So this is the y-intercept, this is your slope, and can you see which answer it would be? No. There you go. Moving on. Number 10 says, use the mapping diagram to answer the question below. Okay, everybody missed this. The question does not mean the numbers under this. When I say what is the domain of f, I mean what is the domain of the function. And we know domain means x, so what are the x values of the function is what I'm saying. So what are the x values? You got it, dude. B. Number 11. I'll start on the next video.